Live once more. Back in the room, back in the game, back in the chat. Let's see who's going to be in the chat this evening. Okay. A little bit back, a little bit down. Prop this up a little bit. Can we make that work? Yo, WB, first in the chat. Hell yeah. Sage says, hiya, did you know that some moths are so committed to their naps that you can gently nudge them and they barely move? I did not know that, Sage, but nice to see you in the chat. Good to see you in the chat as well, Rob. How are you doing? Can you guys hear me all right? Let me know. Can you hear me? I was camping his channel and everything. Now, guys, can you hear me? Let me know. Shout out to everyone who's hit the like button already. Much, much appreciated. Hope you guys are doing well. Earpods. Rob says, earpods? WB says, my brother is a kickboxing and yes, we can hear you. Thank you, guys. What's the quality like? Is it usual quality or is it worse than normal? Let me know. Because if it's worse than normal, I will get the earpods out. I hope you guys are doing well. It's Thursday evening. Good quality, actually. Thank you, WB, for confirming. So, we are back. Thursday Eve. Rob says, can hear you, but crappy. A bit worse, but not really bad. All right, guys, I might have to earpod it in that case. Stay right there. I'll be BRB. All right, let's try this out. Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Is that any better? Any different? Can you hear me full stop? I hope you can hear me. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Just where one, Ross, just where one. Although, Rob, tech expert, it's even worse. How about now, guys? Still bad? It's worse. Still bad, right? You know what, guys? We're going to just go for it. What's up to Kaylin's in the chat? We're just going to try and rock with it tonight, guys. We're going to make do and mend, but hopefully we'll get the audio sorted some point soon. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm back from a 3-hour travel from Leeds, and I'm tired. Craig is back in the chat and says, you're always having some sort of tech difficulties. Bless you. Craig, I am always having some sort of tech difficulties. And it's testing because right now, Craig, I've just come back from a 3-hour journey and I'm tired. And I don't need any technical difficulties, but that's what I've got. That's what I'm working with. So I appreciate you guys bearing with me and still joining the crew, even when we're struggling. But we persevere. And Sage says, it's better than your old quality videos before you got data, LMAO. You know what? My streams were terrible quality. When I look back at them, I was like, wow. I'm really grateful that anyone watched them because I probably wouldn't have watched them because they were really laggy. Really poor quality. But we're moving on up. As M People, thank you, Rob, for the clarity on that one. As M People said, we are moving on up. So tonight, guys, it's 8:05 here in the UK. Shout out to everybody that's just joined the room. We're just getting going. Yumi is in the chat and says, Ed, how you doing, mate? Yumi, I am not doing too bad, thank you. I was just telling the chat, I've come back from a 3-hour work trip from Leeds. A train was cancelled. I had to wait for a train. So, yeah, it took me 3 hours to get back from Leeds to back home. So it's been a long day. It's been a long day. I've done some training. I've done 3 hours on the train. Now I'm home. I've got a stream for you guys. So if you're out there, show some love. Hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed already, I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you because this Sunday is the house tour. And it's coming in fast. So I'm looking forward to that. I've got a big glass of soy milk, so I'm going to stay hydrated, stay well nourished. With that being said, let me take a sip. And we'll get back to the chat. Alrighty then, how are you guys doing? Enough about me. How are you guys doing today? How has your day been? And hello to you, Miles. Nice to see you in the chat. And HG, good to see you as well. Kaylin says, guys, guess what happened today? Kaylin, what did happen today? Kaylin says, I didn't kill anyone. Well, that, Kaylin, sounds like a good day to me. But you got into a fight. You got into a fight. Oh, dear. Harry Edwards is in the chat, and he's doing well, apparently. Shout out to Harry Edwards. Mad Pro is spamming a swear word. Now, Mad Pro, you've got one. Tell you what, Mad Pro, you've got one more message, and then you're going in a timeout. So let's see. Oh, you're already in a timeout. Thank you, WB, for taking that swearing out of the chat. We don't like swearing. We like chill vibes, positive energy, hanging out, jokes, laughter, fun facts, large glasses of soy milk. But we don't like people that just jump in the chat and just spam the word shit over and over again. We've got young people here. We're trying to create a nice atmosphere for everyone. So thank you, WB, for cleaning that up. Yumi says, can I make you a sandwich? Yumi, I'm always ready to be made a sandwich. Like, anytime anyone wants to make me food, it's much appreciated. And it is true what they say, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So just for future reference, guys, if you are someone who is looking to have a man in your life in the future, it is true. Men really do like their food. Not that women don't, but I'm just saying that is a good way to get to a man's heart. All right, back to the chat. Thank you, HG, for timing that rude, sweary person out. We're back on track. Scarlett Braisdell says, hey, hello to you, Scarlett. How are you doing? Harry Edwards is also waving. And Sage is enforcing the law. Block says, would you crack an egg on your head for a $100 donation right now? The answer to that is no, I would not, for two reasons. One, I don't have Super Chat turned on, so it's not possible even if I wanted to. And two, I'm vegan, so I wouldn't want to have any sort of egg on my head, to be honest with you. But thank you for the question, Block C2E. HG says, Ed, what train operator did you catch from Leeds? It was initially a Transpennine Express and then a Viva. Oh, God, Kaylin says, you swear at Edward, you see your early grave is that clear. No, Kaylin, we talked about this yesterday. I love the fact that you've got my back and you're protecting me, but we don't want anyone in an early grave. If you've just joined the chat and you're thinking, what's all this talk about doom and graves? Kaylin is one of our chat members. She's been very defensive and protective of me, which is lovely, but I was just saying to her, Kaylin, there's no need to knock anyone's block off. And shout out to everyone that's in the room right now. We are just getting going. If you're new here, jump in the chat, say hello. But with that being said, let me get back to the chat. And Scarlett is doing well. Love to hear it. Harry Edwards says, you're the best. Harry Edwards, I love that energy. First time in the chat and you're already bringing the positive vibes. And if you're out there, say hello. I want to get to know you. Jay97660 is in the chat. Good to see you, Jay. And Reagan Riekert says, hi, I hope you're doing well today. Well, Reagan, thank you very much for asking. I am doing well today. I was just telling the chat I'm a little bit tired. I've got back from a 3-hour train journey about an hour ago. So I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit tired, guys. I can't even lie to you. I'm a little bit tired. But the chat must go on. The stream must go on. So if you're out there, hit the like button. Let's lock in. Yumi says, Kaylin is obsessed with Ed. Can't blame her. Everyone loves him. Well, I don't know about everyone, Yumi. Not everyone loves me, but hopefully we've got a nice little vibe going between us. Much appreciated to everyone who's hit the like button. And for real, if you're here, if you're showing positive energy, hanging out and vibing with me in the chat, hello to you and shout out to you all. Now, there's 14 people watching the stream right now. Probably about 10 of those are regular people, but I reckon there's 1 or 2 new faces. So if you're out there and you're thinking, what's going on? These streams are all about good vibes, hanging out, coming together from all over the world. So if you are out there, jump in the chat, say hello, and who knows, maybe you'll get a personal shout out. Harry says, can you shout me Bombo? Now, I've said it, but I don't know what it means. I have a bad feeling I'm being trolled there. Rob says, sorry, listening again. Sound is good now. Rob, I'm pleased to hear it because that means my phone is not entirely broken. I was really worried that, well, not really worried, but I was a little bit concerned that my microphone on my phone was going to be done for, so I was always going to have to use these, but maybe not. Maybe not. Some non-Jewish guy says, knock my boots off. I don't know what that means. I do not know what that means. Okay, and Fatnigar. Autodash says, dude, I used to work with you. Do you know Fatni something? Now, I've read that several times in my head, and I can't work out how that would be a troll, but I do not know anyone called Fatney. No. Okay, so where has that person gone? So, some non-Jewish guy. You've left 2 weird comments now, and I'm hoping that your next one, some non-Jewish guy, I'm really hoping that your next comment is going to be a friendly one, a kind one, a positive one, a welcoming one, some type of chill, nice comment. Let's see, some Jewish guy. Let's see, can you do it? 2 slightly weird comments. Can your third comment be a chill, friendly, welcoming, neutral comment? Let's see. Let's find out. What else have we got in here? Harry says, I'll subscribe if you shout me bomb. But now, Harry, I don't know what that means. More context required. Hello to you, the Penguin Woot. Good to see you in the chat. Oh no, Penguin W Newt. I think that's your username. How are you doing? Don't know what Jay's saying there. Not sure. But I do know that Ronan is back in the chat. Good to see you, Ronan, who says, hey, Edward in chat. How is my friends doing today? Well, Ronan, I'm doing pretty good, thanks. I was just telling the chat that I'm tired because I've been on a train for several trains and it took me 3 hours to get home from Leeds. So I'm a little bit tired. But apart from that, I'm okay, mate. How are you doing, Ronan, though? That's the question. Kaylin says, whoever messes with Ed can see you in hell. Pew, pew. Yeah, do not mess with Kaylin. Do not mess with Kaylin. Jay, do me a favour and stop asking me to shout things out. If you want to share any fun facts in the comments, we'd love to see it. Gabe. You nearly got me there, Neo's prophecy. Hi, mate. I swear I used to go to school with you. It's Gabe Owner. Gabe Owner. Remember me? I do not remember you, Gabe. I think that's because your name is not real. That one homeless clown says people beanie. What does that mean, that one homeless clown? Are you saying that I look like a beanie? Are you saying my face looks like my head looks like a beanie hat? I don't know. Okay, that one homeless clown, you just keep spanning the word beanie, so hopefully you're going to say something else next time. Bobman Real says, can I eat a table? Wouldn't advise it, but that's your choice. AS787 says, secret to silky hair, sir. Thank you for the question, AS787. Well, I'm not a hairdresser, but I can only give you some insights from myself. In order to keep my hair silky, not saying it's super silky, but in order to keep trying to keep my hair nice, I do a couple of things. One is eat a good diet, rich in protein, like vitamins, minerals, all of that good stuff. When you fuel your body, you're also fueling your skin, your hair, your nails, whatever it might be. So try and eat a good diet, drink lots of water, plenty of protein, and don't dye your hair as well. Like, my hair is in okay condition because I've never dyed it. It's really tempting to want to like diet and experiment, and if you want to do that, that's totally cool. But I've never dyed my hair, and it's never got damaged from that. And the last thing I would say is try and obviously wash it regularly, but as well as that, be gentle. When I don't use what's the word? I'm tired, guys. I've been on a train for 3 hours, so I'm a little bit tired right now. I can't really think. I don't use a hair dry for my hair. I just let it air dry and use it towel dry. So yeah, eat a good diet, lots of protein, lots of vitamins and minerals. Drink plenty of water and look after your hair. Don't dye it or blow dry it. And I hope that helps. Ronan says, that's tough, my friend, in terms of the train journey. I'm doing okay. Just been dealing with the kids and doing work at the same time. Now, chat, Ronan has recently adopted a new son, a baby son. I think he's a baby. Yeah, a baby son, I think you said, Ronan. And he's got another child as well. So Ronan is a busy guy. But he's still finding time to come hang with us, which we appreciate. So shout out to Ronan. And Ari is back in the chat. He says, hello, I just did revise my maths exam. Bro, it's so hard. Yeah, Ari, maths was never my forte at school. But it's good to see you in the chat. And I hope the revision's going well. Keep it up. Keep it up. Just trying to prop this phone up a little bit. Thank you for persevering, everybody. All right, we're getting there. That's kind of due, I think. Asian is back in the chat. Says, what's up, my bro? What's up, Asian? Good to see you. That one homeless clown is being weird, but hopefully that one homeless clown is going to be chill. Ronan, speaking of chill and being nice, says, guys, if you could all be respectful and like and subscribe, it would be highly appreciated. Thank you so much, Ronan, because honestly, 90% of people do exactly that. And they keep super chill, super friendly, and super nice, and that's exactly what we want around here. But sometimes people need just that little friendly comment. Kaylin, I'd ask a big favour of you tonight. If you could post your comment again, I'm not going to be scrolling up this evening because I'm very tired and I'm doing my best. So if I miss a comment, do me a favour and put it in the chat again. WB made a fake iPhone from Lego for no reason. Fair play, WB. And HG got a free ice cream. W. Vlog with Sun says, hi, hello to you, Vlog with Sun. Good to see you. And it's good to see Moonery in the chat as well, who says, hello, Edward. Good to see you, Moonery. Always a pleasure. Thank you for bringing the energy. Thank you for joining. Good to see you. And Moonery says, guys, drop the likes. For real, guys, we're 15 minutes in, 14 likes strong. We're doing well. We're doing well already. We're cooking. Boboa Struso says, I'm Mr. Beast. Imagine if Boboa Struso was Mr. Beast. I mean, people like Mr. Beast will have burner accounts. Now, I think Mr. Beast is a little bit busy to be chilling and to be hanging out and joining streams like mine. But there will be some people who do join on burner accounts. So if you are Mr. Beast, probably not, but if you are, hello to you. Ari says, if you get famous, just remember me, okay? 100%. Like, if I ever got, like, not famous, but if I ever got, like, my profile grew or anything like that, I would 100% recognise and remember the people that were there in the early days. I will never be someone who, if I do manage to kind of, do okay for myself, I'll never be someone who forgets the people. Like I've told you guys before, in life, I always remember how people have treated me. If they've treated me not so well, I remember that. And if people have been cool to me and treated me nicely, I remember that as well. So if you've just joined the room, we're chilling right now. We've got some chocolate brownies, I hope you can see, with some blueberries as well. We've also got a nice big glass of soy milk. We're hanging out and vibing. Now, if you're new here, maybe you are, these streams are all about good vibes, positivity, hanging out, coming together from all over the world. We've literally got people in the chat right now from all over the globe in the regular chat members. But if you're out there and you're joining for the first time, jump in the chat and say hello. I would love to get to know you, and I'd love to know where you are from. My name's Edward. I'm streaming from England, the north of England. But like I say, we've got a very international crew around here. Mandy Jones is in the chat and says, hey, what's up to you, Mandy? Good to see you. RDX Coldest Moment is leaving some sort of computer spec in the chat, so we'll keep it moving beyond that. And Boaxa says, we need your opinion. What do you need my opinion on, Boaxa? Ronan says, I will always find time to be here. And guys, although I'm not a moderator and can't time or delete your messages, I'm still going to say something to you and ever tell a mod or Edward. So be nice. Thank you, Ronan, for having my back. It really is much appreciated. Especially at times when I'm at like a little bit low in energy like today. I can't be on full, I can't even speak tonight, guys. I can't always run in at full capacity. So I'm going to do my very best for you, as always. But I appreciate the mods looking out for me, people like Ronan as well. It really is appreciated. And of course, we will rotate the mods in due course. So if you're not a mod right now, please don't think I don't want you to be part of the mod squad. We'll rotate those people in due course. And if you're one of the 20 people watching the stream right now, shout out to you. I hope you guys are doing well. We are chilling. I'm eating some chocolate brownies made by my dear mother, eating some blueberries, got some tunes on in the background, and we're hanging out. I was just telling the chat I'm a little bit tired today because I spent 3 hours traveling back from a work trip. So I'm a little bit low on energy. I'm normally full of beans, but right now I'm rebuilding, I'm recuperating, and I hope that this chocolate brownie will give me some energy. So let's try it out. Very banana-y. The main ingredient in these chocolate brownies, believe it or not, is banana. They're like a healthy brownie made with banana, peanut butter, cocoa powder. I think there's some dried fruit in here, 1 or 2 seeds, some flaked almonds on top. So when I say they're a healthy brownie, they really are a healthy brownie. And of course, we've got some blueberries to go with that as well. But listen, there's 18 people watching the stream right now. And if that applies to you, if you're one of the 18 people watching the stream, say hello in the chat. We've got a regular crew of people, but we always like welcoming new people into the community. So if you're out there, say hello, tell me where you're from, what your name is, and I'll give you a shout out. All right, then. And thanks again for the mods for having my back. It really is appreciated. Sometimes I'm like distracted, reading comments out, trying to catch up with the chat, and there's like 1 in every 100 people are not cool in the chat. Like literally 99% of people are really cool around here. So when I look down and I can see the mods have been like cleaning up the comments or telling people to be chill, it's appreciated. So thank you to the mods and all of the other community members out there, keeping the vibe strong. And speaking of a strong vibe, Foxy is back in the chat and he says, hello, mate. Foxy is back in the building. Foxy, always a pleasure, my friend. Good to see you. How are you doing? And it's good to see 19 people here on the stream with us right now. These streams have been getting bigger and bigger. And this Sunday, in fact, we're doing the 500 subs. I've got chocolate on my finger. This Sunday, the house tour is confirmed. So if you want to see where I live, and let me show you around my little place, make sure you hit subscribe. We recently hit 500 subscribers. So the house tour is confirmed and locked in. And actually, as the chat knows, I do owe the chat a 200 subs Roblox stream. That's how in debt I am, guys. I'm in debt for 2 streams at this point. The 200 subs Roblox stream and the 500 subs house tour. But I am a man of my word, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit subscribe to join the vibe. And with that being said, let me get back to the chat. It's like someone's reading my mind. Vlog with Sun says, I have liked and subscribed. Vlog with Sun, you are a gentleman or a gentle lady or whatever type of gender you are a gentle version of that. But thank you very much. It's your first time here and you've made a lovely impression. You've been kind and friendly in the chat and you've liked and subscribed. So W to you and thank you so much. Ronan says, what are you eating, my friend? Ronan, hopefully you heard me say to the chat, this is a healthy chocolate brownie, banana-based, banana, cocoa powder, peanut butter. I think there's some seeds in there, some flaked almonds on top with some blueberries at the side as well. So this was made by my dear mother, and they are pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I keep saying to you guys I'm going to do the recipe reveal, and I am. I'm not holding it off from you. I'm not being like all coy, like, oh, recipe coming soon, like coming soon. I just forget. Like, not even forget. I've just been too busy. Too damn busy, I tell you. Back from a work trip, streaming 5 days of the week. But we're trying and we're getting there. So shout out to everybody that's joining me on the journey, that's part of the crew. And if you're not part of the crew yet, all you need to do is hit subscribe to join the vibe. It's that simple. Edward Dickinson is in the chat. Good to see you, Edward. How are you doing? And have I missed anybody? Udita says, can you say bottle of water? Well, there you go. I just said it by reading your comment out, Udita. My question would be to you, can you hit the subscribe button? Edward just had some food. Good to hear. And WB says, remember when you had 200 subs? I do, WB, because it wasn't even long ago. When I first started streaming, maybe like 3 months ago, I had about, I think it was about 117 subscribers, something like that. And now it's more like 517. And that is thanks to you guys. So thank you very much for real, for everybody that's joining me, vibing along, attending these streams, hanging out, being part of the crew. You're making these a lot of fun because, like I said before, it's not me doing it. It's not just you doing it. It's us doing it together. So when you guys are making the chat pop off, bringing the energy, throwing the emojis up at the side, between us, we create a pretty good little atmosphere. So yes, WB, I do remember those days. And Ronan says, I was your 178th subscriber. I remember it very well. Thank you for sharing, Ronan. That's really cool, man. That must have been like 2 months ago, I would say. Roughly 2 months ago, something like that, because we've been growing steadily. Now, don't get me wrong. We're not taking over the internet just yet, but we've been moving in the right direction. So thanks for sharing, Ronan. And honestly, mate, I really hope, my goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I really hope that you guys that are chilling, rocking with me right now, will be here for that point, because it's going to be some point, knock on wood, some point later this year. So yeah, hopefully you guys will be hanging out with me then. British Defence League says, you reminded me of Brian Cox. Same language, context and vibe. Well, you know what, British Defence League? I have been called more offensive things than Brian Cox before, so thank you for joining the chat and thanks for the comment. E. Wood says, hello, Ed, with 2 Ds. E. Wood with 3 O's. Good to see you in the chat. How are you doing? Ari is off to a road trip and a picnic tomorrow. Yuppie. Sounds like a good Friday to me, mate. Enjoy. Ooh, and Jasmine says, hi from Kwamashu. Now, that looks like a South African flag to me, if I'm not mistaken. So, Jasmine, thank you very much for jumping in the chat and for sharing. Like I've told you guys before, I love hearing where people are from. I find it really exciting to know that here's little old me in England and thousands of miles away. We've got Jasmine in Kwamashu in South Africa. How cool is that? Like I've told you before, we have people that tune in from all over the world, and I do mean all over the world. So shout out to Jasmine, shout out to Ronan in America, shout out to everybody else. Doesn't matter whether you're local or whether you're international. Shout out to everybody that's here right now. Yumi says, I want to go to Liverpool. Do it if you can, Yumi. It's a good place to visit. I like it a lot. And thank you, Moonery, as well, for welcoming Jasmine. W Moonery. I love it when chat members welcome other people into the chat, because let's say you're here for the first time, you come across this stream, you're like, what's going on here? And you jump in the chat and the chat members are like, welcome. Like, that creates a great atmosphere, honestly. So shout out to Moonery and everybody else being friendly and supportive in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. W. And British Defence League says in all capital letters, shout out back to you, lad. Shout out back to you, lad. Well, thank you very much, British Defence League. Your comment is appreciated. And Asian says, I have to go, I have to go. It was almost like a line of poetry, Asian. But listen, no hard feelings. Not that it was ever implied there were hard feelings, but Asian, you do your thing. We will hang out with you next time. And thanks for joining the stream. And Tam is back in the chat and says, hi, Ed. It's been a while. It has indeed, Tam. It's good to see you, man. How are you? I was wondering how you've been, how everything's been going. And I didn't want to be like, Tam, where the hell have you been? You're not in the Discord, but I did think we've not seen you for a little bit. So I hope you are well. Good to see you in the chat again. And like I say, mate, I hope everything's good on your side. Old No Soul says, fuel up. Old No Soul, I am indeed fueling up right now on a healthy chocolate brownie, washing that down with a large glass of soy milk as the certified soy boy that I am. But the thing about eating and streaming, it's really hard to do it in a way where you don't look like a total caveman, because it's really hard to eat whilst talking is what I'm saying. It's really difficult. And I could stop eating, or I could stop talking and just like continue eating. And then you guys are just sort of like sitting in silence. So I appreciate you bearing with me. Zombie Queen, that was a loud noise. Zombie Queen is back in the chat and says, much love and positivity to all. What an entrance. What a way to make an entrance. Zombie Queen, as always, we're sending that energy right back to you. Lovely to see you in the chat. And thanks for joining. For real, it's really good to see you. And everyone brings their own little energy. And by the way, guys, for the 16 people watching right now, I just wanted to remind you that if you're here right now and you're in the chat, that means you are part of the Chatistani community. If you're chatting in the chat, that means you are an honorary member of the Chatistani community. And it's a democratic republic of Chatistan. So if you're in the chat right now, you're Chatistani. Ari says, what perks do y'all have when y'all are mod? Ari, the main perk, there's no main perk, but it's really when people are mods, it's just to kind of help out. And I think some people like being mod because it gives them like a, I don't want to say a role, but it gives them a sense that they're directly helping to kind of sculpt the community and kind of maintain it and dare I say it, moderate it. So yeah, thank you to everyone in the mod squad, everyone that does a great job. And like I said before, we're going to rotate the mods in due course. Not to take anyone off mod duties, but just to give more people a chance to be mods, because a lot of people say, hey, can I be a mod? And I'm like, right now we've got 5 mods, but soon. A great question from HG, who says, what's your favourite fruit, guys? Mine is oranges. So HG is saying that his favourite fruit is oranges. If you're listening right now, let me know in the chat what your favourite fruit is, because I've been asked that before, and I would probably say strawberries, because for me it has like childhood memories. When I was a kid growing up in England, we still do in some parts of the country have pick your own fruit. Now, global warming's making the UK, like the weather's a bit crazier and we get more sun than we used to, but particularly when I was younger, summer is like, in theory it's like a 3 or 4 month window, but we used to get about like 10 days of summer, 10 days of sun in the summer. I'm not exaggerating. So when it would be sunny and you'd be picking your own fruit and it'd be like fresh strawberries, oh, it's so good. So good. But I do love watermelon as well. And I also do love peaches as well. So those are some of my favourite fruits. But if you're out there, I would love to know what your favourite fruit is. All right, back to the chat. Oh, now before I was telling you how I love hearing where people are from. And British Defence League says, hello from Loch Lomond. I'm a McFarland. Loch Lomond's clan. My family are as old as shit, lad. Same house since 1632. That's dope. That's super cool, to be fair. I love hearing stuff like that. And McFarland, so that's Loch Lomond's clan. Very interesting. So I guess that means you've got your own tartan, right? I'd imagine your family or your clan has its own tartan. Stitch 2019 2 says, can you say hi, Zach? Hello to Zach. Shout out to you, Zach. And Yabani Tilki says hello from Turkey. Well, it's hard to say one arm. Yabani Tilki, hello to you from England. Thank you so much for jumping in the chat. Great to connect with you. And like I said before, I love hearing where people are from. So, Yaban, shout out to you. Sage says, I like the smell of watermelon scented things. Yeah, I know what you're saying. When I was a kid, we used to have melody pops. Now, Foxy, you've been around the block. You're, not a million miles away from my age. So you may remember melody pops as well. And they used to do a watermelon melody pop, and that was pretty good stuff, I'm not going to lie. And Yabani Tilke says, where are you from? I'm from the north of England, which is where I'm streaming from right now. So it's lovely to connect with you. As I say, I've got a couple of friends from Turkey, but I've never been before. So one day I will visit. No way. And Ari says, me too. I'm eating watermelon right now. That's dope. So the question from HG originally in the chat was, what's your favourite fruit? And I said watermelon is one of my favourite fruits. And it turns out Ari is eating watermelon right now. Cool. Shout out to Zombie Queen. Zombie Queen, as always, for the good vibes. W Zombie Queen. W everyone that's here right now. I need to finish eating this chocolate brownie and clean my fingers because I keep wanting to be like, W chat, and I'm just aware I've got like chocolate on the end of my fingers. But for real, shout out to everybody that's here right now. You guys rock. Okay. And a March says, hi from India. A March, or A March. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm getting mixed messages because A March says, hi from India. And then the next message was, hi from USA. So A March, is it India? Is it USA? Where are we coming from? Let me know. Have I missed anybody? And shout out to Jasmine once more. Yabani Tilki says, come Turkey, bro. Where should I visit in Turkey? Where should I visit first? Istanbul? Or is that an obvious choice? Let me know. Zombie Queen says, am I invisible? No, not at all, Zombie Queen. I think I just shouted you out. Ooh, okay. And Eddie is in the chat and says, Edward, I stubbed my toes like 3 hours ago and it still hurts. Oh, no, man. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully nothing serious. Shabudi is back in the chat and says, nice eyes, dude. Shabudi, that is very complimentary of you, and I appreciate that. That's nice of you to say. Yumi's favourite fruit is mangoes. Now, Yumi, that is a great shout, to be fair. This is why I don't think I've got one single favourite fruit, although for nostalgic reasons, maybe strawberries just come out on top. But mangoes, like I told you guys before, went to Thailand last year, and the mangoes were just, so good. And like I've told you before, and I did a short about it, but in Thailand, they're basically, if not their national dish, but one of their national dishes is sticky mango rice. And it's literally sticky rice with fresh mango on top and like a coconut sauce. And the rice, they kind of cook it with a little bit of salt, so the rice has like a slight savoury flavour to it. The mangoes are like sweet and delicious and slightly tangy on top. And then you've got like a sweet coconut sauce on top. It's just, so good. So good. Speaking of so good, it's so good to see 17 people chilling in the stream with us right here, right now. If you're out there, as always, I want to get to know you. So jump in the chat, say hello. And as you can see, people like Moonry and others have been very, very friendly, as always. So please do not think this is a bit of a cliquey chat. Nothing to do with that. It's all about being friendly, welcoming, good vibes to all. And we literally do have people tuning in from all over the globe. And Tam is not a fan of bananas. Tam says anything but bananas. Bananas can get the F out. You know what I'm just going to say? Bananas can get the fuck out. So Tam is not holding back. And Musa is back in the chat. Good to see you, Musa. Kaylin says blueberries are her favourite fruit. Interesting to know. Interesting. Okay, let me just catch up with the chat because as usual, I'm falling into debt with the chat. And Foxy says strawberry picking I used to go as a kid. Foxy, you know the drill. Pick your own fruit is so good, honestly. All right, we're catching up. Moonery says, guys, if you just joined, remember to like. 100% thank you for the reminder. Moonery, 20 likes, 35 minutes in. And let's see how we do tonight, guys. I'm confident we can hit 30 likes, but can we hit 35? Only time will tell. Oh, and One Frozen Roses says, love and respect from the Arctic Circle, Sweden. I just wanted to say hi and hopefully bring a smile on your face. One Frozen Roses, you've definitely brought a smile to my face. Thank you so much for jumping in the chat to spread a little bit of good energy my way. It's much appreciated, and you are, I think, the first person we've ever had, to my knowledge, from the Arctic Circle. So very cool indeed. We've had people from Sweden, but not the Arctic Circle part of Sweden. So very cool for one Frozen Roses. Thank you for real. You have brought a smile to my face. I love connecting with people. I love getting to know different people from different places in the world. And it brings a smile to my face knowing that right now I'm here in the north of England and hundreds, if not maybe 1,000 miles away, you're in Sweden, in the Arctic Circle area of Sweden, tuning in. So lovely to connect with you, one Frozen Roses. Foxy says, Edward, we're owed 62 push-ups. Best puts the brown down. True, Foxy, true. Well, I didn't actually commit myself to doing 62 press-ups, but you are right. Maybe on Sunday, which as you guys know is the house tour, maybe we could combine some press-ups with a house tour. What do you reckon? And actually, we'll show you my little pull-up station as well, so we can maybe even do a few pull-ups on camera as well. Deeps6060 says, what do you do for your hair? Deep6060. In terms of my hair care routine, pretty simple. I wash my hair every other day. I've got quite fine hair, so if I wash it any less than that, it looks greasy quickly. Any more than that, and you kind of might strip the hair of its natural oil. So all I do for my hair is I try and eat a good diet, plenty of fruits, loads of fruits and vegetables, good amount of protein, stay hydrated. I just wash my hair with shampoo, condition it, and that's it. And I towel dry it as well. I don't use a blow dryer because, again, I feel like the heat dries the hair out, it dehydrates it. So that's all I do for my hair. Have I missed anybody? One Frozen Roses says, sorry, but may I ask if your weather has been weird? The last few days it's been pretty standard for English weather, honestly, which is to say grey. It's been great. It's not been very sunny. It's not been freezing cold or anything, which makes a nice change. But yeah, it's not been the warmest. The weather has been very up and down over the last few months. Like sometimes you think, oh yeah, spring is here. It goes warm and sunny, and then it goes back to being like rainy and drizzly again. So it's very up and down. Delicious. And Sage says we can hear the music. By the way, glad to hear it. I've got the music on a good volume on my side, so I'm glad you can hear it. And thank you, Eddie, for a great comment. And I'll read that out as soon as I pin it. Now the comment is: be respectful, keep it PG with some exceptions. No spam, no hate, no begging for mod, no religion/politics. And here's the Discord link. Thank you very much for that one, Eddie. I've pinned your comment. And as Eddie said, them's the rules. We try and keep it nice and chill. We're not here to like boss anyone around, but like Eddie said, keep it respectful, keep it chill. No crazy like crude, vulgar stuff. And the only two things we don't talk about, as you probably know, are religion and politics. And apart from that, pretty much anything goes. WB says, I love grapes, especially purple grapes. Oh yeah, shout out purple and red grapes. Great, and black grapes for that matter. Good choice, WB. And I'm Fen says, hello, I'm Fen. Good to see you in the chat. How are you doing? And Chris O'Reilly, the fabulous Chris O'Reilly, tuning in from Ireland, says, hi guys, I can't stay long. Well, Chris, whether you're here for 2 minutes or 2 hours, it's always good to see you in the chat, mate. And I hope you're doing well. I hope everything has been good with you, Chris. It's nice to see you. Ari says, how did you all become mod? How do you all become mod? Is it like an achievement, or did like Ed make your mod? So Ari, I just rotate the mods. So there's no like special favoritism. It's just once people have been here for a certain period of time, and then, like sometimes people join, and then the very first time they join, I've had it before where people, they don't even say hello, they don't even say hi, my name's so and so. They just literally the first thing they jump in the chat and says hi, make me, or they don't even say hi, they just say, can you make me mod? And I always think like, why would I make you mod? I don't know you. Like you just jumped in the chat. You never said hello. You never talked to me, and you're like, oh yeah, can you give me moderator powers? I'm just thinking, no. But yeah, not Ari. We will rotate the mods in due course, and if you want to get involved with that, I'm sure happen. Epic Handle Name says, I'm a carnivore, but I'm not going to lie, Indian vegetarian food may just be enough to transition. Well, Epic Handle Name, thank you for sharing. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know, but I'm vegan myself, and like I told the chat before, I grew up as a meat eater, used to eat lots of meat and fish and stuff like that. Then I went vegetarian for 4 years, and then for the last 10 plus years, I've been vegan, and I've been loving it, honestly. And like I told the chat before, I've never enjoyed food more. I've never had a better relationship with food. So thank you for sharing, Epic Handle Name, and I'm glad that Indian vegetarian food hits a spot for you. Saitama 1962 says, what's good to you, Saitama? Nice to see you in the chat, and please forgive me for eating with my mouth full. Archie Amanita says, hello, all in caps. Good to see you, Archie. Good to see you. And see you later, Moonry. Take care for now. Big hugs to you. JCG137 says, hello. Good to see you, JC. How are you doing? Ind Tour says, fave book. 1984 by George Orwell. Archie says, England! Hey, Archie, my man. Another English guy. Good to see you. It's NemJ475 says, just hit a like. It's NemJ. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. Big up to you. Thanks for joining the chat. And Interwer says, hi from Germany. Interwer, thank you very much for sharing. I think you are new here because I've never seen you in the chat before. And like I always tell the chat, I love connecting with people and I love hearing where people are from all over the world. When I say all over the world, I don't just mean like, oh yeah, England and Scotland and France. No, I mean like all over the globe. So shout out to you. Have I missed anybody? Yumi says, childhood. I need to stop chewing with my mouth full. Yumi says, childhood memorable show. Honestly, Yumi, it's not a great answer, but there's so many. I can't choose one. I'll tell you what, actually, though. I'm not saying it's it may be my favourite, but it's up there. The Simpsons. For me, The Simpsons. Now, I know a lot of you younger guys will think, oh, The Simpsons is dead, it's boring, it's whatever. But trust me, in the 90s, when I was growing up as like a kid in the late 90s, early 2000s, what I'm trying to tell you is that The Simpsons, Foxy can back me up on this, The Simpsons in the 90s, like mid to late 90s, was just incredible. I really do believe that. I believe personally, I don't care what anyone says about this. I think personally, the mid to late 90s tunes, TV, full stop. But with that being said, hello to you, Parker Downer. Good to see you in the chat. And it's great to see everybody as well, making friends in the chat, hanging out and vibing. That's what these streams are all about. It's not just the Edward Show, it's the Chill Club, where everybody gets involved, makes friends with one another. That's what it's all about. And hello to Danny Mac, or Danny MC. Good to see you, Danny. You say, I have a hidden disability. It's unpleasant and misunderstood. I was diagnosed by Sheffield University in 2005. Well, thank you for sharing, Danny. Hopefully it doesn't affect your life too much, but this is a safe, friendly space. So any problems you've got, whether it's your disability, whether it's stuff you're going through, me and the chat are here for you. And Arthur asked, how was your hotel sleep last night? Well, thank you for the question, Arthur. And it was not too bad, actually. It was not a bad night's sleep. It was actually, like you saw on the stream last night, it was super close to the railway bridge, like to the train tracks. So I had to sleep with the window closed because personally, when I'm sleeping, I like it quiet. Some people can just slumber through a storm. Like there could be an earthquake outside and people would just be like, but for me, I need quiet when I sleep. So I had to have the window closed. And I normally like to have the window open for the fresh air. But thank you for asking. And Robin, the real one, is back in the chat. Robin Easter, good to see you, Robin. Hope you're doing okay. Okay, and an interesting comment. Baitable says, Edward, my friend, today's been a rough day. How do you get through it? My work's been crazy, ATM. They're doing redundancies and I'm happy. I want out. It's just taking ages to get to that stage. Debatable. I understand how you're feeling. I really do. Because me and my friends, a lot of my friends are in the same boat. We want out. And one of my friends, she suspects that she's going to get made redundant. And she's okay with that. In answer to your question, how do you get through it? Today's been a rough day. How do you get through it? Honestly, the only thing I can say to you is just take one day at a time. That's what I do. I have a lot of rough days, but yeah, just take it one day at a time. And what I would say as well, if you've got friends that you can talk to, obviously I'm here for you, but if you've got other friends as well who you can chat to, either family members or just like friends that you can just like rant to about your experience, that will help. You know what they say, a problem shared is a problem halved. Sage says, not trying to beg, but do you think in the next rotation I could possibly be a mod? If not, it's fine, just asking. Yes, Sage, we will bring you on as a mod when we next rotate them. And thank you for asking so politely. Have I missed anybody? I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I'm scrolling at the speed of light. Well, not quite that fast, but I am scrolling. Now, I've missed a comment from Foxy. Foxy says, need vegan recipes, I'm wasting away. Foxy, I'll have to start dropping more recipes. For real. And don't forget about that tofu, Foxy. Do not forget about the tofu. And actually, Foxy, I think I've posted it on my YouTube. If not, I will re-upload it. But there's one I did, Foxy, called a recipe that I made up, in fact. Now, I'm not a great cook, as I've told you, but this is a good little recipe just because it's super easy. I called the recipe Lazy Boy Noodles. It might be on my channel. If not, it's on my TikTok, but I'll have a look after this stream. And if it's not on my YouTube, I'll upload it on YouTube. I think I put it on YouTube, though. And that is a super, super easy noodle recipe. It's like, you know when you get these recipes and like, oh, all you need is these like 15 ingredients. It's literally got like 5 ingredients in. I think it's got like spring onions, tofu, noodles, what else? Like soy sauce and chili. It was like really, really simple, but it hits the spot for a quick meal. And Foxy talking about Simpsons. And a minute ago, I was like, yeah, Simpsons is epic. And Foxy says, Simpsons have subliminal messages hidden within the show. Mate, it was on Channel 4 at 6:30 every day. That's it. And epic handle name says, Simpsons After School was elite. I love the horror show. Simpsons, honestly, I'm telling you guys, Simpsons back in the day was elite. Now, I'm going to quickly skip to the bottom of the comments and work my way up. Jay says, hello, good to see you, Jay. And Snow the Squirrel says, hi, everything. I think that's meant to say hi, everyone, but hello to you, Snow the Squirrel. Okay. And Fox says, tofu still in the fridge, mate. Roger that, Foxy. Oh, and Snow the Squirrel also said, hi, I'm new. Oh, I get it. Ignore me. So Snow the Squirrel was saying hello to Eddie, aka Everything It's Not. Makes sense. Yumi says, I had ramen, brother. It was literally fire. Yumi, ramen is legit. Ramen is big. I want to say big business. I think like internationally, like, you know how like in Asia, like it's not just a stereotype. Like in places like China and Japan and stuff, like ramen is like the go-to snack of choice. The world is waking up. I think people in like most countries now, not most, but a lot of countries are into ramen. Payne Reaver says, hey Ed, how are you? Raise the roof. Good to see you, Payne. How are you doing? I'm all right. I'm a little bit tired actually because I had a 3-hour journey back from a work training day in Leeds. But apart from that, I'm doing okay, Payne. But how are you doing? All right. Scrolling up. Okay, and It's an MJ says, I'm thinking of starting reading books. Can someone recommend me a good one? Any genre is good. English is my second language, by the way. So please take that into consideration, please. Okay, what would be a good book for a person who speaks English as a second language? Good question, honestly. Now, I've told you what my favourite book is of all time. You guys know what it is. But for someone who's learning English, well, who speaks English as a second language, maybe something light-hearted. Maybe something like the Harry Potter books, you know? I feel like that would be quite a good, a fun read for someone learning English or strengthening their English. All right. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. Thank you. It seems like Stephen has been timed out, whoever that was. Oh, yeah, Stephen Gallagher, get in the bin. You're not welcome around here with those types of comments. So wait for me to... Oh, no. He's already been timed out, so it's all good. Thank you, mods, for taking care of that. Well done, Robin. Weird. Stephen Gallagher is a massive hater. And great to see that Stephen Gallagher has been timed out on a long-term basis. Well done, Robin, for tidying that one up. Weird. Really weird. But I'm grateful that you guys are so chill. And that's what I mean, everybody. We have such a chill stream around here that whenever the 1% comes around and they're not totally cool and chill, it stands out. You're Cozy says, you look like Andre Vassi. Who is Andre Vassi? I know that name. But who is that? I feel really ignorant. Channel says, Sunep is a good person. Who is Sunep? Foxy says, elite and peak equals good. Yes, Foxy. Now, the confusing thing about peak, Foxy, is that some people from London say peak meaning that's peak. But I think now peak has now taken on a new meaning and it means like really good. But yeah, elite is like just standard. Means great. Anna is back in the chat and says, hey Edward, good to see you. Anna, how are you doing? And Jay says, Edward, remember me from a while ago? Congrats on 500 subs. Yes, I do, Jay, and it's nice to see you in the chat. And thank you for the well wishes about 500 subs. This Sunday, I had to think then, this Sunday is the house tour. So looking forward to that and hope you guys can join. And thank you, Yumi, for encouraging people to like. We're on 24 likes. Now, next goal is 25, and after that, let's see if we can blast our way to 30 likes. Oh, and Foxy has left a book recommendation, A Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin. Nice suggestion. Red is back and says, I'm back, all in caps. W Red, and W whoever just hit the like button, taking us to 25 likes. Shout out to you. Anna, I'm doing well as well. Thank you very much for asking. I'm a little bit tired though. I'm tired because I had a 3-hour journey back from Leeds. I was there for work. So I'm tired. And I've got work tomorrow and I've got work on Saturday morning. But the show must go on. The stream must go on. And on Sunday, as you guys know, we are doing the 500 subs house tour. And I'm looking forward to joining. Well, obviously I'm going to be joining you because I'm going to be the one hosting it. But yes, Sunday, 500 subs house tour. It's coming in fast. Very fast. So if you're one of the 14 people out there, make sure you subscribe to join the vibe and join me and the rest of the crew, because on Sunday we will be doing the house tour. Now, Elijah Lowndes is back in the chat and says, hi Edward, I'm back. Good to see you, Elijah. How are you doing? Sage has got to go in a bit. And Red liked the stream. Thank you very much. We're now on 28 likes, which is epic. Just a few minutes ago we were on 24, and then boom, through the power of the chat. Through the power of the Chatistani community, we're now on 28 likes. So shout out to everybody that's out there. Dean says, I love cosplaying and fursuits. I don't know what fursuits means. I assume it's something to do with furries. But that's okay, Dean. We welcome all types of people around here. As long as you chill, as long as you're here for a nice time to hang out, make friends, that's what it's all about. Evil Otter, great username, says, hi, good to see you, Evil Otter. And it's good to see everybody that's here in the chat right now. And John W, joining the chat with a bang, says, hello, Edward. You sound epic, my dear friend. John, what a way to enter the chat. Big up to you, John, and thank you very much. That's kind of you to say. Lovely to see you here. And like I told you, the chat a million times before, I always appreciate when people jump into the chat with a friendly, positive comment. That's what these streams are all about. If you're new here thinking, what's going on around here? That's what these streams are all about. Coming together, hanging out, vibing. I've just been eating a chocolate brownie, and I've eaten one chocolate brownie already, and some blueberries, as you can see. Got 1 or 2 blueberries left. But I'm taking a break because it took me a long time to eat the brownie, and now I'm free to catch up with the chat. Coffee Country says, hello, host. I'm new here. Yes, Coffee Country. It's the first time I've seen your username, and it's nice to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well. And Evil Otter says, you are chill. Appreciate that, Evil Otter. Thank you very much. Jay says, Edward, when did Dan start to leave streams? Good question, Jay. Probably about 2 weeks ago. Something like that. He does pop in sometimes, but probably about 2 weeks ago. Samuel is back in the chat and says, hi. Good to see you, Samuel. Evil Otter in all caps says, so positive. Thank you very much, Evil Otter. Like I've told you guys before, I day-to-day struggle with feeling down in the dumps, low mood, depression, things like that. So when I'm on stream with you guys, I want to keep it as positive as possible. Together, we can come together as one, vibe, leave our differences at the door, and just focus on having a good time and hanging out. And speaking of good vibes, Red, again in all caps, says, love your lives. Thank you very much, Red, I appreciate that energy. For real, honestly, I try and keep it positive. I try and bring people together. And you guys have always been really, really cool and shown me the same energy back. So if you're one of the 14 people watching this stream right now, and you're keeping it chill, friendly, positive, big up to you. And Danny is back in the chat. What a pleasant surprise. Hello, stranger. Not seen you in a bit, Danny. She says, hi, Edward. Good to see you, Danny. How are you doing? Now, I don't know whether that was you, Danny, or somebody else, but we just hit 30 likes. So shout out to everybody that's hit the like button on this stream. Legends. Evil Otter says, I want to stay. Well, Evil Otter, you are welcome to stay. Masak says, hi, Edward, are you vegan? Yes, indeed, Masak, I am vegan. And I remember you commented on one of my videos saying, that looks too healthy for me. Too much food and too healthy for me.